Hello, everyone. Today we'll delve into the fascinating and often overlooked life of Catherine Dickens, the wife of the famous novelist Charles Dickens. Her story is one of love, betrayal, and resilience in the face of immense public scrutiny. So sit back and join me as we uncover the life of the woman behind one of literature's greatest minds. Catherine Hogarth was born on May 19, 1815, in Edinburgh, Scotland. She was the daughter of George Hogarth, a music critic and journalist, and his wife, Georgina. Catherine grew up in a cultured environment, surrounded by music, literature, and lively intellectual discussions. Her father's work brought the family into contact with many prominent writers and artists of the time, including the young Charles Dickens. In 1835, Catherine, or Kate as she liked to be called, met Charles through her father's connections in the publishing world. Their courtship was swift and passionate, leading to their marriage on April 2, 1836. Kate was 21 and Charles was just 24. Initially, their marriage seemed like a fairy tale. Charles's literary career was taking off with the success of the Pickwick Papers, and Kate was by his side, providing him with the stability he needed. They had their first child, Charlie, in January 1837, and over the next 15 years, Kate gave birth to 9 more children. Managing such a large household in the 19th century was no easy task. Kate faced the dual pressures of being a mother and a public figure's wife, all while Charles's career demanded more of his time and attention. As Charles's fame grew, so did the demands on both his time and Kate's patience. Charles was a workaholic, often writing late into the night and going on extensive book tours. The strain of managing a large household and the absence of her husband took a toll on Kate. Charles's expectations of Kate were high. He wanted her to be the perfect wife, mother, and hostess, which was an enormous burden. The couple moved frequently, each new home grander than the last, adding to Kate's responsibilities. Their social life was also demanding. The Dickens household was a bustling hub of activity, with frequent visitors, including other writers, artists, and influential figures. Kate was expected to entertain and manage the home impeccably, but the constant pressure and lack of personal space weighed heavily on her. Despite her efforts, Charles's changing attitude became more apparent. He began to criticize her openly, sometimes in front of others, which further eroded their relationship. Over time, Charles became increasingly critical of Catherine. He saw her as being inadequate in her roles, often comparing her unfavorably to other women. His letters from this period reveal his growing dissatisfaction. He began to distance himself emotionally and physically from Kate, retreating into his work and social engagements. Charles's relationship with Ellen Ternan, a young actress he met in 1857, deepened the rift. While the exact nature of their relationship remains a subject of speculation, it is clear that Ellen became a significant figure in Charles's life, further straining his marriage to Catherine. Charles' public denouncement of Kate, portraying her as mentally unstable and unfit, marked a painful and scandalous end to their union. The separation in 1858 was a public and painful ordeal. Charles orchestrated the narrative, portraying Kate as mentally unstable and unfit. He took legal steps to separate, ensuring that he retained custody of their children, except for the eldest, Charlie, who stayed with Catherine. She was moved to a separate residence and given a modest allowance. Despite the separation, Catherine maintained a dignified silence, never publicly criticizing Charles. She focused on her children and found comfort in her family and friends. After the separation, Kate's life was a quieter one. She lived in modest comfort, supported by her son Charlie and visits from her sisters, Georgina and Helen. Kate spent her time with her family and close friends, staying out of the public eye. Despite the pain of her separation from Charles and her children, she remained resilient. She found solace in her grandchildren and in maintaining her dignity amidst the scandal. Catherine Kate Dickens passed away on November 22, 1879, leaving behind a legacy of quiet strength and resilience. Her life was marked by both joy and sorrow. She was a devoted mother, a supportive wife, and a woman of great strength. Her story deserves to be remembered, not just as the wife of Charles Dickens, but as an individual who faced her challenges with grace and resilience. And she was an author herself. Thank you for joining me today on this journey into the life of Catherine Dickens.